We're headed back into the Upside Down because Stranger Things 4 is out and making waves across all dimensions. But hold on, there's something different about this season, specifically the season finale, and it's unlike anything we've seen before. In today's video, we're going to unpack all the updates and take a look at Netflix's upcoming slate of releases. Let's get into it. First up, Stranger Things is back from the Upside Down. 11, Mike, Dustin, Lucas, Joyce, and yes, even Hopper are about to make a return to our TVs. That's right, folks. Stranger Things is back, and it's bigger than ever. And when we say bigger, we mean bigger. This is shaping up to be the most ambitious season of the show yet, and the scale of it all has pushed everyone's hype levels through the roof. Matt and Ross Duffer, the brothers who've been the masterminds behind Stranger Things since the beginning, are aiming for the moon with this one. Season 4 features all new characters, a new villain, and a whole new focus on horror. What's more, the storylines for this new season take place all around the globe. That's right, Season 4 isn't just set in the town of Hawkins. It's going to take the gang to California, and get this, Russia. We can only imagine what trouble they're going to get up to there. All three locations are going to tie into each other through the season, which is an awesome first for the series that normally keeps things pretty focused. Of course, all Stranger Things fans probably expected the shift after the mind-blowing, or should we say mind-flaying, ending to Season 3. But the fact that the show is getting to go to all these places feels like it's opened up a whole world of possibilities. To bring their vision to life, though, requires a lot of resources and time, and the Duffer Brothers are definitely going all out with this latest batch of episodes, which are longer than any they've produced in the past. Luckily for them, and us, they've got the perfect partners to back them up. Now, the perks of working with Netflix. Here's the rub when you have to work with network television. You lose a lot of creative freedom, thanks to the strict time slots and ad break needs of regular cable. Going the traditional route with your TV show pitch means making sure you play by the rules, whether they suit your story or not. But things are changing in the television landscape, and they're changing in a way that suits the creators. And anything that suits the creators definitely suits the audience. So what's disrupting the traditional television route? We'll tell you. Streaming networks. Netflix has entered the game with a totally new way of releasing shows. There are no ad breaks, no time slots, no limits. And this format has given creators like the Duffer Brothers the license to realize their visions however they want. And what the Duffer Brothers want, apparently, is a whole lot of time to tell the stories they want to tell. Seeing as Stranger Things is one of Netflix's biggest titles and one of the hottest shows on the planet right now, it looks like the executives at Netflix made it a policy to never say no. All that means is that the show has kept topping itself with every season. Remember the huge jump in CGI quality from Season 1 to Season 2? Or the way they expanded the sets and monsters to huge sizes in Season 3? You can thank Netflix's approach for all that goodness. And rest assured, they're not showing any signs of stopping with Season 4, the biggest season with the biggest finale. Now, you might not be able to tell the difference at first glance. Season 4 has 9 episodes in total, the same number as Season 2, which is pretty standard for a Netflix show. But here's where it gets unusual. It's being released in 2 different parts. That's right, Volume 1 of Season 4 is already out, and it's got 7 episodes. Volume 2, which will have the final 2 episodes of the season, is set to come out on the 1st of July. That's a new approach for Netflix. Normally, they put out whole seasons at once, but once you know how this season was made, it'll make a whole lot more sense. According to some credible reports, Netflix spent around $30 million per episode of Season 4. That's an insane amount of money to spend on a TV show, even for Netflix. But you can definitely see where they put all that dough. These episodes are the longest in the history of the series. With a total of 13 hours across 9 episodes, we're looking at a lot of action in the Upside Down. None of the episodes are shorter than an hour, and the finale actually clocks in at 2.5 hours. That's longer than the next Thor movie. Producers on the show say the massive new runtimes were needed because the cast has grown so large, and with a lineup as iconic as the show has, you won't see us complaining. With its massive runtime, the finale of the show is basically a movie on its own, and after 3 seasons of super cinematic, theater-worthy TV, we definitely trust the Duffer Brothers to make the most of all 150 of those minutes. And this isn't even the end. Having heard all that, you might be assuming that this is the final season of Stranger Things, but it's not. The Duffer Brothers have already pitched Season 5 of the hit series to Netflix. That means we can all sit tight, knowing that wherever Season 4 ends up, it won't be the last time we get to see these characters. And with the rest of Season 4 to catch up on before the final season, there are definitely a lot of stories left for us to experience. Now, in other news, Nickelodeon shows are coming to Netflix. Netflix has just given millions of people around the world a nostalgia trip with the news that a ton of Nickelodeon shows will be heading to the streaming service really soon. Revealed as part of Netflix's release plan for June 2022, 2022. The shows being put up include cult classics from the Nickelodeon library, including fan-favorite shows like Zoe 101 and All That. While it's a little bit of a bummer that only the first seasons of most of these shows are being added, apparently Netflix wants to see if the shows are popular with subscribers before paying for the rest. It's pretty exciting that Nick fans will be able to watch 21 different shows from the network on the streamer, including cult classics like Avatar, The Last Airbender, and Victorious. This really just takes us back to our childhoods. Next, The Three-Body Problem looks like Netflix's most ambitious project yet. You probably remember a little old show called Game of Thrones, even though you might want to forget how it ended. Well, the creators of that massive hit, David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, are leading a new project for Netflix, along with True Blood's Alexander Wu. The pitch is based on a best-selling science fiction series by the Chinese writer Liu Cixin. These books are some of the most famous entries in their genre, and the project has gotten a lot of cool people on board. Who are those people? Well, Brad Pitt, Ryan Johnson, and Rosamund Pike have signed on as producers, while Isa Gonzalez from Baby Driver and Benedict Wong from Doctor Strange have joined the cast. The project's definitely got the material and the people it needs to succeed. All that's left is the execution. Netflix are expecting Benioff and Weiss to pull off another hit, and the fan disappointment from the ending to Game of Thrones might just motivate the duo to produce a masterpiece. This is one show we're definitely keeping our eyes on. Up next, Netflix releases a trailer for The Gray Man. Netflix just released a trailer for their next massive action movie, and it's called The Gray Man, based on a book by Mark Greaney that's about a CIA agent on the run. It stars Ryan Gosling and Captain America himself, Chris Evans. Evans isn't the film's only link to the Avengers, though. Directors Joe and Anthony Russo are helming the film. They're the guys that shattered records with Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, and it looks like they're about to do it again. The Gray Man has the highest budget ever given to a Netflix original movie, with about $200 million to make all the explosions and car crashes land. When you've got directors as experienced as the Russos, you know your investment is in safe hands. And the trailer definitely makes an impression. It's packed with funny one-liners and some pretty gnarly action, and has definitely left us eager for the film's release on July 15th. And Stranger Things Season 4 ending leaked. Don't worry, we're not going to get into specific spoilers. A version of the Monopoly board game based on the new season got sold to a customer at a toy store a whole month before the official release of the season, on May 27th. Unfortunately for Netflix, the game's cards featured a lot of plot details the studio was trying to keep under wraps. What happened next was pretty predictable. Pictures of the leaked cards started flooding the internet, and suddenly a lot of fans got a little more info than they were expecting prior to the season's release. This is just another story in the history of movies and TV shows being spoiled by tie-in merchandise. We're just glad the season's out, so there's no danger of getting spoiled anymore. That's a wrap for this video.